wonderful opportunity. So, good evening, one and all. Myself, Joy Bamania. I am from IIM Udaipur, pursuing in the MBA 2022 batch. So, I will take you through my journey of how I cracked CAT, how I landed up in IIM Udaipur, and from where do I belong, and what's my profile. And I think you will find it interesting and fascinating too. So, yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, so as I said, now if you focus on my CAT percentile, you will it's a bit odd because at just 93.41 percentile, it is difficult for someone to crack into IIM. But now this is where your actual talent and your actual hard work goes on, because the journey to an IIM doesn't only end after CAT, after giving the CAT examinations. I think the actual journey starts after that. Your CAT examinations is just a kind of elimination round for you, because now you need to prepare for the personal interviews, you need to prepare for the written ability test, and you need to be confident enough, you need to gather knowledge about various things happening around you. So I will tell you about myself. A brief introduction about myself is I am from Surat, Gujarat. I cracked CAT in 2019. I have done my masters in applied physics. So this is where a very different profile comes in, because this is very strange for someone that not only a engineer or not only a commerce graduate can come into an MBA or come into a premium B school, but also someone who is into core research fields like me can shift their goals and come into an MBA, or can pursue their MBA. Okay. So I have been working since past 4 years as a part time along with my graduation. Initially, I started with Reliance Communications for a year. After that, working there for a year. After that, I joined my family business where I worked for 3 years as a branch head. And there I got to know that my actual interest is in management. My actual interest is in sales and marketing, because I had fun doing that. But I obviously faced certain difficulties in performing various sales and marketing jobs and various there. So that is why I thought like I needed a systematic course on management, and I decided to do CAT. Next slide, please. So here you can see on the left side, it's my profile. As I said, I have done my masters in applied physics. I had a pretty decent score in 10th, 12th, and post graduation. So it all over helped me in getting calls from various premium B schools. I said like I am a fresher with a 4 year of part-time work experience, and in CAT I scored 93.41 percentile. So why MBA? I already stated the fact, when I started working, I got to know I was enjoying management. I was enjoying the various skill sets, various things which I was doing there. And but at certain points when you work at the ground reality, yeah. So at certain points when you work on the ground reality, you get to know actually that what are the issues you are facing. If I'm doing sales, then what are the issues I'm facing in networking? What are the issues I'm facing while pitching my idea to my customers or so? And my end goal is to become an entrepreneur. So this is why MBA, because I got to know that I needed a systematic course or systematic knowledge of management. I needed good networking to reach where I wanted to reach in the future. So this is my main reason behind pursuing an MBA or behind going for an MBA. Next slide, please. Yeah. Okay. So without wasting much of your time, I think I have said enough about myself. Like now it's your turn to get to know what my journey was, what I did into things. So first I'll give you an brief of each and individual, every section of what all was my strategy, which helped me get this person or calls. So let us first focus on the VARC part. So as you said, I have written like you need to solve as many comprehensions as possible, because that is the key. As you know, if there are 33 or 34 questions in CAT, during our time it were 33 questions. I think during your time the pattern is a bit changed. But out of that 34 questions, there were 24 questions were RC. So we get to know like what has the actual weightage. Like RC is very necessary to get a decent score in the VRC part, right? So score, so you need to read or you need to solve as many RCs as possible. Now I would like to give you a quick tip on this, because I had a slightly different approach towards solving these comprehensions or reading comprehensions, and I think it helped me a lot. So what I did was, instead of reading the paragraph first, I focused on reading the questions first. Because after reading questions, if I read the paragraph, I can get a quick link of the answers. And it was easy for me to connect the questions with the paragraph. So I think this can help you guys. And this is obviously a last minute tip. So if you try in 2-3 mocks and see if it helps you, then definitely you are going to do wonders in this VRC part. Now let us move towards the DILR part. So speaking of DILR, honestly, I don't think there is any particular book or there is any particular thing which you can do for like in getting your DILR good. What I did was I continuously gave sectional mocks or sectional tests and or that 1 hour tests, and I think that is enough for the DILR part. Because if you give one test and if you are good at analyzing that, I think like if you are spending 1 hour in giving a test, you need to spend 2.5 hours in analyzing that test, that where are you going wrong, or why are you lagging in so and so concepts, or what is the problem behind certain questions getting wrong. So I think that analyzing part in DILR is more important rather than focusing on different books or rather than focusing on different types of questions. So this will help you. And picking the right question, and the fact here is, you just need to get 3 to 4 sets right for a 99 percentile if you are aiming for a 99 percentile. So I think that's not a very big task, and that is an easy thing if you go from a focused approach. Now moving towards the quantitative part, maths was always my strong area, and I always enjoyed doing maths. So what I feel is, like, people keep on saying like improve on your weaker sections, improve on your weaker areas. My personal approach was, you should focus on your strong topics first. Because if and you should give your topic test or sectional test about your strong topics, because if you gain confidence on your strong areas, then there should be no question if it's come from that area, and that each and every question should be doable for you. So what happens here is, like, it will give you immense confidence, it will get you a good pace in your exams as well, so that even in your weaker areas you will have a different mindset, and you will attempt that parts confidently. And at the end, we all know confidence is the key. There is no question which you cannot do, because basically this is a 9th and standard syllabus. So if you are focusing on the strong areas, and if you are able to attempt all your strong topics first, then I think you will be able to attempt your weaker topics too. And to give you an overall overview of my preparation, I would like to say that focus on full length mocks. At the last month, I used to give a full length mock every alternate day. And if you are studying for 6 hours a day, that's fair enough. But you make sure that that 6 hours are fully productive, and you are your concentration is full in those 6 hours. And yeah, as everyone knows, like, even if one section goes wrong, or even if 1-2 questions go wrong, then I don't think you need to panic much about it, because there is a long way to go. There are so many questions out there. So if you keep a composed and calm mindset, then definitely you are going to crack the next one. Next slide, please. So yeah, mock exam strategy. So as I said, like, give mocks every alternate day, because now I don't think there is much time left. So instead of giving mocks, like, don't focus on the number of mocks you are giving, but focus on how good you are at analyzing those mocks, or how good you are at evaluation of those mocks. Because if you are giving a mock today, let us say if you are spending 3 hours for a mock, or in your case if you are spending 2 hours for a mock, then I think you should spend almost 3 to 4 hours in analyzing and evaluating it. Because there is no point in repeating your mistakes, right? If you are don't think about, like, I was not able to give n number of mocks. Even if you give 10 to 15 mocks, but still, if you are good at analyzing it, if you are good at evaluating it, then I think you are at par, and you are going to do wonders in your exam. As I said, I gave 30 full length tests in my entire preparation, and more than 60 topic and sectional mocks. See, this topic and sectional mocks helps you a lot, and because it gives you an edge, it gives you a sense of confidence that you will be able to crack this in your exams too. and this will improve your strong areas, and this will help you in getting more, yeah, as I said, it will improve, help you in getting more confidence. And yeah, so as I said, and yeah, the main thing which I feel is you might be knowing your about your timings of your exams, right? So try to give mocks in the same time slot, so that you can make yourself comfortable with those timings, because your mind is a very small thing. You, if you train it like that, then it will go in the same direction as you are training it. So try to give mocks in your same time slot. It will help you a lot. Next slide, please. Okay, so my D-Day experience. So now what happens here is it's a very I was very nervous. Frankly speaking, I was very nervous because CAT was a big exam for me, and I wanted to crack it on the first go. I was not like much into giving various attempts. So my BRC section was very good according to me. People felt it hard, but frankly speaking, if you follow the approach of reading the questions first and then reading the comprehension, and then reading the paragraph, then I don't think you will find it difficult, because you will be able to relate. So this and I scored pretty well in this section. Coming towards the DILR part, so in this, I got a little bit confused. I picked up wrong sets. So what happens here is, if there are 8 sets, then 4 sets will be very easy. You will be able to solve it easily, and 4 sets will be very difficult. And if you pick those 4 difficult sets, then I think like you will it will take some time, and you will be demotivated kind of thing, because you won't be able to reach to your answers. So this is what exactly happened. I picked up the wrong sets, and I performed. I did not perform very well. I performed below average in this DILR section, and that like hampered my state of mind, and I was demotivated in this part. Now coming towards the quant part, it was the last part in my exam. So what happened here is, like as I said, quant was a strong area for me, and quant always motivates me. Maths always inspires me. So I thought like leaving aside the DILR part, what all happened doesn't make sense now. So let us focus on the quant part. And then I started with a composed mindset. I tried attempting all the easy questions first. So what I will suggest you is that you can see the question paper, or you can see the 32 or 33 questions all at once in your CAT examination. So I think have a quick look of all those questions, and just write it on a paper, like what all questions do you feel are you will be able to do on the first go. And if you do those, then you will get next level of confidence, and then you will be able to like score much better than many others. And the most important part, like having a calm and composed mindset for the entire 2 hours, is very necessary, even if you don't know a few questions, because that is going to help you in getting your other questions right. Okay. So talking about my interview calls, I got calls from CAP. CAP consists of this 9 IIM. And other than that, I got calls from FMS Delhi, Kozhikode, Shillong, IIT Delhi, IIT Madras, IIM Rohtak, and IIM Amritsar. These are my interview calls. Next slide, please. So, okay. So personal assessment experience. So here I would like, as I said, like your CAT preparation does not end just after giving CAT. It actually starts after that, because that is where your knowledge will be tested in the interview room. So in the interview room, confidence is the key. So I will give you a very basic example about my various interviews. So if they are asking you 10 questions, and if you know only 3 of them and you don't know the 7 of them, still there are chances that you will be selected, because they don't they are much more interested in your confidence. They will test your things like whether you are feeling nervous or not, whether you are feeling stressed out or not. If you don't know the 7 questions, how well you are able to handle this 6 to 7 questions which you are not able to answer. That is where your actual talent comes into action. So this is what they are looking for. And yeah, in CAT, if you are aiming for an IIM interviews, then definitely be sure that you know your academics well. You have an overview of all the subjects which you have studied in your undergrad or postgrad, because that is very necessary, because they are going to ask you that. It's not an in-depth knowledge, but you should have an overview of how. And obviously the main thing is like you should know about the current affairs. Corona is a big thing now. You should know about the various major happenings in the world, and you should just have an overview of it and not in-depth knowledge about it. Okay, so my final admits, as I have written in the left side, these were my final converts. And why did I choose IIMU? So IIMU is the most prestigious IIM amongst the new ones, because if you see, it is the only IIM to feature in international B school rankings. Only new IIM to feature in the international B school rankings. Academically, if you see, IIMU is at par with all the older IIMs from the course structure point of view. And if you see the placement reports, the process is very transparent. The overall process is very transparent. I have been myself in the placement process right now, as I'm pursuing my MBA and I am at Udaipur. And I can tell you, like, the report, if the reports are audited, you get a sense of trust in the university, in the college, because eventually we all know this is the placements are the thing we are here, right? So if these are audited, if these are very clear and transparent, then I think that this is the right IIM for you to choose if you are aiming for this IIM, new IIMs. Next slide, please. Okay, so my advice for the last 2 weeks will be in the quant section. If you see, I will say that go through all the formulas. You will find many through Google also. You will find a basic formula book for the entire quant section. So go through all the formulas of quant. As I said, give a mock every alternate day, but make sure that you spend more time in analyzing or evaluating those mocks, because that is where you are going to get marks. Okay. Give daily sectional tests and topic tests, obviously, as I said, because that is very important in gaining confidence for your stronger parts or stronger areas. Improve your reading speed. Yeah, this happens because sometimes you will feel like the comprehensions are way too long, but the time allotted is very less. So if you are able to improve your reading speed, and not just reading speed, along with reading you need to analyze or process that information in your mind. So improve that speed by reading as many comprehensions as possible. Just read it. It's not necessary whether you are solving it or not, but just understand. If you are able to understand, just think it, if you are able to understand your overall comprehension part or not. And the final thing is, don't stress yourself a day before the exam. What I did was, like, my exam was on 24th November. So I left all my studies from 22nd of November. And for the last 2 days, I was just chilling because I wanted a calm and composed mindset on the D day. And as such, last 2 days are not going to make huge difference in your CAT examination. So this was my overall journey and my preparation thing. I think it helped you. Thanks a lot, everyone.